Okay. So Ray has gotten us all together once more for a fantastic first excursion here on our Sunday channeling session in the High Vibes group. Uh, Today we have a guest channeler making his appearance in the forum for the first time, Mr. Travis Perry. Travis, could you talk a little bit about who you channel, how your channeling journey has gone, and then let us know what you want to take us through today?
All right. Eh, okay. Well, started with the short, quick one, or yeah, I start with my interest in extraterrestrials that I got because I played video games throughout my childhood. If I never played video games, I probably would have. I don't know how I would have gotten into extraterrestrials if at all for the start of my journey, and then if and then when I got interested to see, I started doing research on the internet, found out stuff about Arcturians and um, others. The Pleiadians I got from a specific guy, a specific the Pleiadians. I learned about the Pleiadians from hearing more about Billy Meyer's UFO contacts, physical contacts, and then I heard some. I did eventually hear some channeling. I also started doing. I also am. I've been interested in doing meditations. I think I did a bunch of guided ones. Didn't really get anything. 2023 is when I started vocally channeling, and around June. The first one I channeled was I never posted publicly until later on in 2024. But but the one he introduced to me that I channeled was Tasha the IL. The first one I channeled was Eric of the Pleiadians. And I also the one I'm going to be bringing through is his sister, who I had dream encounters with, semi-conscious state of lying in my bed. A female being with long light brown hair walked into my room. It was confirmed to be Pleiadian, and I didn't know what the being was. It sat on my bed, put her hand on my chest. I started hearing music from when she's. It was like music that I heard in my past, but the strange thing is it was heavy metal, and I don't really listen to it anymore. But it was a song I heard from my past, and I don't know if it had any, if it was okay. Don't know, but Tasha I channeled all the way up until 2024, and in 2024 I made contact with Sasani named Zal. The third one is the that was the second B that was the second B I channeled publicly.
Awesome. That sounds pretty cool. And
Yeah, and the third I started channeling vocally was Akasa, who's actually Eric's sister.
so I love getting the hearing about variety of beings and anytime channelers can bring through different entities. So interesting. So what's
Yes.
your process? Does it usually take you a few minutes to get into the state, or how long do you need?
It doesn't take me long because I'm more of a conscious channeler where I can just intuitively technically they will always be connected with me anyways, and the conscious channeler means that I have to be the one to translate, and when I'm in the channeling state, I usually can hear everything on the outside, but I'm more in a relaxed state where like all the worries have start fading, at least for that moment I'm in the channeling state. But but the being also adjusts my energy so it doesn't work, so it doesn't create more anxiety that I usually create for myself.
All right, awesome. Well, are you ready to head on into the channeling state? Because I think we're ready over here.
Hello, 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 hello. How are you all doing this evening of your time?
Very well, thanks.
For the one mention is to be within the heart space when you're connecting with us, for our energy always emanates from the heart and we always speak from the heart, and what we are saying now is coming from the heart. Also, just the channel is still getting used to this, but as he adjusts more to my frequency, he will be able to channel me more fluidly. And for the heart connecting, the channel uses visualization as a way to visualize us emanating his energy into our heart as ours is emanating to his. So for contact is more through the heart than it is through anywhere else. And we haven't really come here with a specific topic to talk about, but we just gave you that little tidbit of reminding you to be within the heart. So we thank you. We thank you, and we'll leave it to a Q&A for the fact that the channel is new to this, but this is his first time doing this with a wider audience. So we will leave that little message as the start.
Thank you very much. And we appreciate you helping Travis come through and expand to new ground by presenting him and yourself to us tonight. We are all greatly appreciative of that. I have a question. Many different beings have discussed the situations which will shock us towards the end of the summer. But I haven't had many who have indicated anything about what that might be, other than it will most likely affect all species on the planet. Can you share any information about that or anything that you would like to?
Well, situations escalate on the planet between the political level and the fact that it's moving towards where it's going to affect every species on the planet, depending on the state which the president of the United States goes in. For he is only deciding for specific
That's rather interesting. Is there more on that, or is that the answer?
There is more, but all the channels try not to go too deep into that. But let's just say it has something to do with the actions the president is taking.
All right. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
Hello there. Did you mention your name? Who are we interacting with right now?
I am going by the name Akasa, spelled Akasa. I'm a Pleiadian female.
Hi, Akasa. Thank you for sharing your time and energy with the group here. Question for you. Could you tell us more about your job role and what you are hoping to achieve in these interactions?
My job role is more of a universal style translator, for I help translate languages, hand signs. I translate languages and different idioms for different species.
And I guess just to follow up to that then, what is it that you find particularly challenging about interacting with the group or humanity at large, if anything?
What I find challenging about. Well, this group is specifically open. By humanity, the only thing we find trouble is that humanity chooses to fight rather than work things out.
Gotcha.
That's why I find difficult.
And just to extend my time just a wee bit more here, any advice on that particular struggle or challenge of warring that you can drop on us here?
Wait, you said warning?
The fighting that humanity is going through that you mentioned.
Yes. There's still stuff going on that evolved that happened to be affecting, most likely will eventually affect everywhere, but right now it's only affecting a small portion.
Thank you so much.
But that's why we always give the message to be within your heart, for when you're within yourself, you would know to not fear anything.
Beautiful. Thank you. Liz?
Hello. I might have missed the beginning, but I would like to know, is it Travis that was looking for you, or was it you that was looking for Travis before this kind of like interaction happened?
The channel did not mention this, but we'll just mention this, is that he wanted to be more friends. he wanted more friendship, probably because he's seen a lot of video games and other stuff that evolve with ETs that become friends with humans, and he wanted that interaction for himself.
Awesome. And like, do you and Travis have anything in common? Life purpose?
We we do have similarities in other ways. We besides the fact that the channel is interested in communicating with us, we also enjoy communicating with him, and some features on us are similar. Like I have long light brown hair, even though the channel's hair is a different, more dirty blonde, it's still close enough, and his eyes are more hazel, which give off a more green tint like mine.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
Very.
Thank you. Akasa, or Akasha, excuse me. I also channel some Pleiadians, which are in the future evolved from the Pleiadians, which are now engaged in contacting Earth and part of our open contact event. Can you tell me any information from your point of view about them? I understand they may even be a different timeline, but any information would be helpful. Thank you.
To recognize their different timeline, yes, but they are still a version of us from the future, and their job is mostly mostly a help. They have. Wait, what was your question again? Please repeat.
Yes, I'm just curious about any information about them. I know I have a female counterpart who is in that group, and they are from the seventh density, and they really do not like to be physicalized, but they are well equipped to go through timelines, and they have elicited my help in obtaining more context who so they can get many different perspectives of personal open contact with extraterrestrials and the entire global aspect from as many individuals as possible.
Well, the version of us that you're speaking of now is in the fourth density. But yes, we understand the version of the Pleiadians that are connected with the seventh density have interacted. We have interacted with future aspects of ourselves as well. But in order to gather insight into what we are, into the non-physical realms, and the channel's having trouble finding words for this as well.
Maybe they want to keep it a secret.
Yes. Maybe that's why there's not a lot of information coming. Also, the channel needs to learn to relax more.
Okay, I'll buy that. Hey, I appreciate that attempt, and I appreciate what you did have coming forth. Thank you very much.
We are agreeing and we enjoy talking to you as well.
Hi, Akasa.
Hello.
Hi. I think I want to ask a question that, from the perspective of a gamer, which the channel has been and probably still is.
Yes, he is. He still plays. He's playing Mass Effect Andromeda, right? He's playing Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes. So from that perspective, how is he using his gaming perspectives to enhance with his channeling now his own personal development?
He basically opens his imagination more and more so he gathers more imaginative ideas about other perspectives.
You are very heart-centered, and gaming often not so much. How do you reconcile these things with the channel?
Channel has more openness to heart center, as in he resonates from mostly the heart, and he never really plays gaming any other way, because he only follows his heart.
Beautiful. What kind of advice can you give other gamers that are not yet connecting to their heart in a more appropriate way?
To stop playing competitively and start enjoying the game for what it is, and not competitive. And it's mostly about enjoying the moment of what you're doing, but not focus in a more competitive way.
Thank you. That is very profound and very good advice, and I will use that for sure. Thank you.
We're very well.
Hello again, Akasa.
Yeah.
I would like to know what's your favorite things about planet Earth so far?
The forest I'm above is very beautiful. I enjoy the nature. I enjoy the animal life. I mean, I'll just mention one thing from my story. I have physically landed in the Amazon rainforest with a friend of mine.
And what's your favorite animal?
Right now, I've interacted with monkeys, and there are other animals I've interacted with. I have interacted with monkeys for some reason. They're very playful and were open to me.
Do you have any favorite plant or flower?
I do enjoy roses.
Awesome, thank you.
Hello again. So you mentioned you're above a forest. Is that the Amazon you're above right now?
Not exactly. I'm above a different forest, but I've been to the Amazon before. I have traveled different places on Earth.
And I assume you're in a ship with a crew of some sort, or are you by yourself?
Probably few passengers. There's been dependent. It's not really a very large ship, so it's probably not really a lot. I mean, we do have a mothership above Earth where it's mostly like has a living environment where our ships are to maintain more of I am positioned above an area in Massachusetts. Channels recently found the location of that forest on the map, for he has pictured it in his mind.
And can you share the particular reason why you're there as opposed to somewhere else?
Well, the forest is positioned above Brimsfield State Forest above Massachusetts, which is in Massachusetts.
Okay.
And I'm in here because I'm also helping with certain particular energies, but I also am positioned above here for closer connection to that of the channel in a sense.
Okay, that makes sense. And one final try I'll make here. I would love to know what's the name of your ship, if it has one.
From what we're getting right now, we'll go with the name Aurora, for we enjoy the beauty of certain names. We enjoy the colors the Aurora Borealis gives.
Beautiful. Akasa, there is no one else in line for questions right now. Would you like to share any final messages with us?
We want to thank you for interacting with us. Also, remember, it's important to stay within your heart. Also, because being within your heart is just as important as following your excitement. For following your excitement, you should be in your heart at the same time. Otherwise, it will defeat the purpose. That was the piece that we wanted to give. We thank you.
Oh,
We thank you. We thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good day to you all.
Good day.
Okay, is that everything? Okay, no. I'm glad my cat was polite and not meowed. She just right here. What did you do?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
Oh,
that
I
went
would
very
love to
well,
Throwing the
see.
Travis.
cat.
yeah, she's in here. I mean, Ray would already know about my cat being in my room.
We've got an interesting history with cats and cat questions in this group, so it fits in pretty well.
Yeah, that would be interesting because when Akasa starts warming up to people, when I I come to a channel around people, I start bringing more of Akasa's energy through. As you notice, her more of a personality start emanating through me a little bit, because she started being more playful hearted and more heart centered. She started emanating more emotion.
Cool.
So, Travis, what's interesting to me, and I had the opportunity to spend Friday with you as well. Now, having spent 2 nights with you and not hearing you channel on Friday, but hearing you channel today, your speech patterns are definitely different when you're channeling than what they are when you're not channeling. So it's quite, to me, recognizable when you make that shift.
She has also have shift. it's also my body starts relaxing the more I start speaking, because I'm conscious when I do this, and that means I have to actually also work on my relaxation techniques to keep myself in a calm state. For if I don't, it won't make for a comfortable shift.
Yeah. And I think that, you know, what you've experienced in the Friday night sessions will happen here, where you'll start to know everybody a little bit more and it'll be easier for you to relax. And I think then you'll experience that in your channeling.
I think this is the first time I channeled in a long period and had so many questions asked, because no one ever asked me questions, and this is the largest channeling I've ever experienced.
Nice. Very nice.
That was a great job, Travis. Thank you. We've got a
Yeah.
question in the group here in the chat from someone who's asking, was your cat sitting like a sphinx while you were channeling?
I actually don't know, but then again, when I saw her sitting, she was just sitting. Okay, now she's laying, but whatever. She does whatever she wants now. But she was sitting when I saw her over there. She was sitting and staring at the window over there.
Awesome. Thank you. Cats have interesting perceptions into other dimensionalities, so it's always interesting to see what they're doing while folks go into channeling states.
Oh,
Because
I think that the reason she was doing that is because she's trying to get my attention, because she wants out of my room. I close my door so I don't make too much noise. I do not live alone. I live with people. I live with my mom and dad. And
I heard the door creaking, and I was hoping that was not your cat.
no, I open the door so my cat can get out of my room, because otherwise, because I have to keep my room door closed, because I'm right next to my parents' room and my dad's there.
Okay. Well, and thank you for coming and channeling in front of this many people, as you say, because we're all friends here and we're all supportive. So you will become more relaxed, as Akasha urged for you to do.
Yeah. The interesting thing is, when I look up Akasa, it actually says Akasha, and she does say stuff about that, and it's definitely related to her name, and there's a definition for the word.
Okay.
But she always I came through as Akasa, but then I looked it up, and now I'm getting more of Akasha. So I wonder if there's something going on where it's going to be a name shift eventually.
Huh. I know it was interesting getting information about our late summer shock that has to do with our current president, because that's more detailed than anybody has ever had, or provided me anyway. Do you have any details that Akasha gave you that you can share to us, maybe?
Well, she has told me to. She also She also tries to not focus on too much of the negative. But I get observations of more of, from my perspective, more, without judging, more of Trump asking to dropping more of the more he's technically viewing Russia as his ally and everyone else as his enemy. So he's switching the American allies. And then he's just switching the whole game for him, for the entirety, so we can make more enemies than friends.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty apparent from what the media reports. I'm not saying that that's it in actuality, because a couple things. One, I really don't know, and two, I really don't care.
I don't care either, and that's why I was refraining from speaking about it.
Okay. But one of the things that came to me, which I'm not sure how that will play out, is that he is not going to leave office willingly. So I don't have
Yeah,
any time frames
that's
on it.
that's already been discussed. Even that's already been discussed. And what you mentioned about affecting the whole entire globe is what I was mentioning about what he was doing with what he was specifically doing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because of him being more of what him thinking he has all the power, and now he's actually went from not censorship to censorship because he's banning the newspapers.
Okay, well, let's move on to more polite subjects. Let's say.
Yeah, that's why I was getting a little uncomfortable talking about this. I was trying to.
Okay. Well, hey, yeah, don't do it. Don't do anything that's out of your comfort zone for us, other than show up and be yourself.
Well, probably why Akasa refrained from talking about it.
Okay, cool.
Akasa says since I'm conscious, she doesn't want the frequencies to be mismatched.
Oh, I like that, and I'm glad you relayed that information too.
So let's get off this topic before I do any more damage.
So, were you already aware of Akasha's fascination with monkeys?
Yes, she told me about her. She told me about her trip to the Amazon rainforest with a friend her friend is the one my friend channels.
Oh, Zal.
No, no. This one's another Pleiadian. My friend channels the Pleiadian. It's a friend. It's another. It's a Pleiadian that my friend channels.
Oh, okay, Corey.
Yeah, the Pleiadian named Marie. It's more. She has more of the. She has the personality. She's technically friends. She's friends with how me and Corey are best friends. She's kind of like in the relationship way of how me and Corey are to each other.
Okay. Hey, we appreciate you all, you divulging anything about, this, because we're all here together. So we appreciate you coming out and sharing that with us.
Also, that picture I sent you was actually her and her brother.
Okay, you can share that with the group in the chat if you'd like. I don't know if we allow pictures to come in. Sometimes we don't. Depends on the Zoom setting. But Christian says, hey, go for it.
Please.
I'm a mind reader too at times.
Oh, great.
So just to kind of interject here, so not to revisit the topic of the vibration dissonance, but I think a lot of channels that I've spoken to in my own journey, one of the things that was most valuable in development was seeing how the response happens when someone asks you in the channeling state something that you're uncomfortable with, right? And how that plays out, because it tends to expand you a little bit more as a channel. And even if it's not a topic that you really want to get into, it's helpful to have that experience.
Yeah, I've understand that. That's why in my resonance I still pay attention to news, unlike most people, and I have gone out of my comfort zone before, but I just don't talk about it because I don't want to make other people uncomfortable as well. But I also like to be respectful about people, and the being refrained from talking about it because she wants to have a more open area, and I guess she knows how it will most likely affect certain people at certain times.
Yep. Right. That makes sense. And I did post that picture in the chat, so you don't need to look for it anymore.
Yeah, well, I can't. I didn't. Yeah, well, it wouldn't be easy to.
Well, it was for me, so I just did it. I'm here to serve. I am the facilitator.
Thanks, Ray. Hey, Travis, before we get too far off topic, so for those who are watching this on the YouTube later, are there any links that you want to share or places that you'd like people to check out if they're interested in more of your
Well,
channeling?
the one link I know, that where most of my channeling is oh great, I forgot how to send links in Zoom now. That
That's okay. If you don't want to be on the spot there, you can just send it to us later, and we'll make sure it's in the show
I
notes.
would send it to you later. It's just because it takes me time to even figure out how to work the Zoom settings.
Okay, well, we'll just make sure that that gets into the description part of the channel on the YouTube. So
Yes, it will get there one way or another.
okay,
And
cool.
because I don't like taking up too much time.
Yep, no problem at all. We got plenty. Are you going to be able to stick around with Serge Granbois and Chris is the entity which he channels?
I'm interested in listening.
Okay. I'm just checking because the more the merrier, right? And all this energy contributes to, it makes just for a much better event because we all have a share in this. So we appreciate you coming.
Yeah, one thing is Akasa also listens to other channelers through me, for I'm a facilitator for her energy as well. For she explores the world. She likes emanating more of a friendship personality towards me. So she has to explore through me. So it's like she's actually here with me, even though she's not here physically, she's here in a different way. Especially when I'm not channeling.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Awesome.
I'll let the other person begin.
Well, do you have any other sage wisdom for us here, Travis?
Sage
Otherwise,
wisdom.
we will end the recording here and prepare for the next one.
Well, one more. The one thing is that Akasa has given messages, but her message actually coincides with Tasha's message, which was the other being I channeled, who I met in a dream as well, which I never explained that one. But that message was mostly to be playful with anything you participate in. That was to coincide with be within the heart. You can also be playful as well.
Yeah, I think that resonates for a lot of people. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to end the recording here and have a little break before we start with Surge in just a bit.